Hi, it's Chris here with Chris and Ziamara here, and I actually wanted to show you share with you some email marketing tips that's going to really help you. So, you're more than welcome to add me on Facebook. I'll put the links below this video if you want to connect with me. But I'm here to share with you some email marketing tips that's going to really increase your sales and conversion. So, let's get right into it. Okay, so some of the things that we're going to cover today. Um, I'm going to point out some landing page tips. I'm going to talk a little bit about branding. How can you build super close relationships with your list, right? That's what a lot of people want to learn how to do. How can you build a sales funnel that people want to opt into? We're going to talk about landing pages you can use and how to build close relationships with your leads. And I'm going to go into some of the Aweber tips and secrets. If you're using Aweber, you're going to absolutely love this. If you're using GetResponse, you can actually use a lot of the same features. Aweber is the main autoresponder that I use, and I do have GetResponse as well. So those are some of the topics we're going to cover. Okay. Let's get right into it. First thing is you want a landing page that is unique. You don't necessarily want to use a company landing page. Right now, on average, I add anywhere between 100 up to 1,000 leads in a single day to my list, using various traffic sources. So this is one of my primary landing pages that I use. It's pretty generic, which is why I use it, because I can easily duplicate this landing page. I use lead pages, by the way. And I usually get about a 55% opt-in rate with, with paid traffic sources that I use on this page. So this is basically targeted for people who are already in a business or looking to start a business. Let me show you how to explode your online income using nothing but this, crafted to pull in cash even while you sleep. So, with only 6 spots left, so it's a great way to get people into the sales funnel, and they just click here to see how. And one thing you can do here, I'm going to give you some tips that you can do on your landing page to increase conversions. So I'm going to bring up Notepad here, and I'm going to give you some landing page tips. If you want to take notes, you're more than welcome. The first thing you can do on your landing page is the first and most obvious thing is be unique. Custom landing page. Oops. Let me actually spell that right. So what you can do is you can add a picture of yourself, or you can add a picture on your landing page that basically would brand you and position you, as a leader. You could have this whole background picture instead of the people moving in the background, which is great. You can actually add your picture in the background, and I think I have some different styles here of landing pages. Let me show you some other examples. I'm just going to clear that out, and then we're going to get into the really good stuff here with Aweber. Okay. And I have a lot of different landing page styles. Let me pull this one up, and we'll take a look at it. And I'll give you some tips and advice on each landing page that's going to help with your conversions. So this video is going to try to autoplay here, so I'm going to pause it right off the bat, which is great. So those are things you can do. You can actually offer, you can have a unique custom landing page. I really recommend using your picture. I didn't have it on this until they actually click on the form, but you can actually have your picture in this box right here. It's a small picture, or you can have the whole background as your picture, depending on what you want to do. And then people will click here to see now, but it's very simple. I only collect, email opt-in is typically what I collect on all my landing pages, depending on what I'm trying to accomplish. So that's the first thing, using unique custom landing pages. The second thing I highly, highly recommend is you can give something away. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to give something away for free, but when they opt in, you could have a landing page basically around a little guide to making money online. So a little video guide, this free video guide will show you how to make money online. So you can give some type of value, so that way people want to opt in. And if you're really using confirmed opt-in or double opt-in, where the person has to confirm their email address, you actually want to do something like that, right? If you're giving away something for free, you want to have it where they can confirm their free gift. Because what a lot of people do is they'll enter, a fake email just to get the free gift. They're going to enter they have a spam email account that they're going to enter to get the free gift. So sometimes when you give something away, you may want to use double opt-in or confirmed opt-in, which is the same thing. Okay, and that's just a great way to, to basically show that the person has confirmed. And I run a pay-per-lead network where we pay per lead, and in order to ensure that people really want to be on the list, we require double opt-in, especially when you have people driving anywhere between 10,000 to 50,000 clicks a day to your pages, right? You're going to have to make sure those email addresses are valid and that they're actually confirming to opt in. So that's just something to consider. Like here, I'm not really giving anything away, but I'm following in this category unique landing page. And, that's going to really help make your list more responsive. So right now, what's really popular amongst landing pages are topics on marketing. Specifically, Facebook marketing is big, right? And then people select the generic make money online offers. So how to make X amount in X amount of days. So those are some of the topics that you can cover. And when they opt in, we're going to talk about a follow-up series that you can use. But see, I'm going to go ahead and opt into this page just to show you, kind of how I have this set up. Okay, since I've opted in, see, Aweber is confirming the the subscription, so I would just enter that in. Basically, when you opt into a lot of lists, you'll probably sometimes see that. But let's talk about what we can do in Aweber actually. Before we look at the offer, let's talk about what we can do in Aweber. So as you can see, I get a lot of traffic. I do some PPC campaigns, like this is from Bing and Yahoo. I got a lot of subscribers, coming in on a daily basis in different lists. So as you can see here, a lot of different subscribers coming in on a daily basis. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can build your list, and we'll talk about that as well. But I want to talk to you now specifically, okay, going back to this, is how to build a close relationships with your leads. So if you already have traffic, you're already building your list, I want to give you some tips that's going to really increase your response rate, within Aweber, GetResponse, or any autoresponder. So here's one of our Aweber accounts here. It has about 18,675 subscribers. One thing you can do, right? So I'm going to actually set up a broadcast. I'm going to go over some of the settings in Aweber that maybe you knew were there, maybe you didn't. But when you create a broadcast, there's actually so many different features you can use to get those higher open rates, to get your list more responsive. And I'm going to show you some of those. Okay, the key is with your subject lines, you want to use, this has been tested too, you want to use lowercase. So lowercase subject lines, basically equal a higher open rate. So this was tested. If you use lowercase, you're actually going to get a higher open rate than having capital letters versus how to, let's do that. Okay, so having the lowercase subject lines are actually going to equal higher open rate. So that's something that's going to really help you increase your open rate immediately. Another thing is shorter subject lines, not links, equal higher opens. So the shorter your subject line, the higher the open rate. So something simple, something straight to the point, right? And you can keep your subject lines relevant. So you can imagine creating a subject line like holy smokes, or this is crazy, OMG. Obviously those are going to get a lot of open rates, but keep in mind that when you send subject lines like that, or you send messages like that, that typically will increase your complaint rate as well. So you want to make sure you keep that into consideration. So here's what I do with some of the subject lines. I'm going to teach you some of the tricks that I personally use that really get a lot of open rates. So if you actually go to the subject line here, you can actually personalize this, and you can actually go down here. And what's really awesome is what you can do now is you can actually take your subscribers' location, you can take your subscribers' country, their region, their city. You probably wouldn't really need to use anything else, but you can take your subscriber's location and make a really personal message. So you can start your subject line with something simple like, hey, just like that, and you can start saying, how is the weather in, and then you go over to personalize, and you'll see why this makes sense here in just a minute. Go to city. How's the weather in? And what it's going to do, it's going to take your subscribers' city, their location, their IP address where they signed up. And if they signed up in Salt Lake City, or they signed up in, San Diego, Las Vegas, whatever city they signed up, it's going to say, hey, how is the weather in Salt Lake City? And it's going to make this email very, very personal. And it's going to actually create a lot of engagement between that subscriber, because this is one of the tricks that I use, and you can actually use this within the subject line. So you can put something like "how is personalized," and you can come down here and once again choose the subscriber's location, choose the city, how is, and it's going to put in their city. And you're going to get a lot of open rates doing that. So here I'm typing the message, how is the weather in, so you're already building a relationship with your lead. And I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. In fact, I'll make it a lot bigger. So that's just the code there. And you can go here and you can personalize other features. You can take the subscriber's email address, their first and last name. Now, with the first and last name, they have to actually fill out a form. So if you're only collecting email addresses, you can't use that. You can add in the subscriber's date. You can add in some of your own snippets, but what I like is the subscriber's location, because this has allowed me to connect to my lead, basically, getting to their city. So how is the weather in their city? I just wanted to take the time and share. I'm going to type this and then we'll go over it, because I don't really multitask too well with typing and typing and talking. All right, so just kind of a simple email copy, right? So your subject line would want to tie in, but we'll just go to, hey. And then this email, when you save it and send it and you put all your links in it, how's the weather in, Las Vegas? I just wanted to take the time to share this little secret with you. You could hyperlink this right here, or this little secret with you. I boosted my productivity, sales, and results in 3 days. This can do the same for you. And then you put your link there, right? So, right off the bat, it's just kind of a simple way to connect. And you can do so much with this. I'm not saying that you're limited to using this copy that I just created, in like 30 seconds. But take your time, and you can start asking questions. You can start really making the subscriber feel like you're emailing them personally. And what I've found is the more personal you can make the email address, the more personal you can get, the better results that you're going to get. So those are just some of the things that you can do just by clicking the personalized features. So you should really use that. And especially the subscriber's location. Doesn't matter if they filled out a form for city, it uses by their IP address. So this is going to work for all your subscribers. And so I can actually send that out, and it's going to just work wonderfully for my subscribers. So another thing you can do, and you should be doing, is when your subscribers sign up, right? So they sign up to your product list here. Let me go back here to our landing page. They sign up to your product list, and then let me go back here. And when they buy something, right, what you can do is you can do something called list automation. And I actually have this set up. It's how I segment my buyers list, right? So after they buy something and they fill out the form, right, confirming they buy, you can actually move your subscribers over to a new list. So what basically that means is if they buy something, they're taken to an order form, right? After they fill out that order form and they put in their name and their email, you can actually have them be unsubscribed from this list and then subscribe them to your buyers list. So what I have set up right now is I have a list. I'm going to go to my Aweber account here. I have a list called Free CPA Training. And I have over 3,418 subscribers just on this one list, but I actually have list automation set up on this. So when they fill out the form and they purchase my product, you're able to unsubscribe that lead from this list and then adds them to your buyers list automatically. And then from my buyers list, I can start following up with them, selling high ticket products and doing all those cool things, right? All because of this little simple automation rule. And then the people that are still on my free CPA training, I can send them other offers. I can keep, following up. But, having that 7-day follow-up series is really good. And I'm going to talk to you about creating an effective follow-up series. So I'm kind of going around the different features too in Aweber. Okay. Now, what I like to do is with this particular series, and I'm always split testing, I like to split test the subject lines, make some changes here, but this first one right here, says nice to meet you. And I'm actually going to go into this because this is one of my better email copies for building relationships. And I'll show you why. but I'm going to actually go into the message right now. Okay, but what we do here, and you can take some tips from this too, is we introduce ourselves in this email. So this is the first email I get after opting in, and we try to be different, from just pitching, and selling. We try to add value. So hey, it's Crystal Ciamarra. Here's a picture of our family at Disneyland. We actually included our picture there. We wanted to reach out and show you we really help people make money online and get results. Kind of tells a little bit about our story, right? So it's a little bit of a longer email. And then we have our link here. We have our Facebook link, which is really popular now. One thing you should do, you should be doing in every single email, and I encourage this, is you should be adding your Facebook link. Add me on Facebook. Add us on Facebook. Like my Facebook page, right? You should be doing that, so that way your leads can connect with you on Facebook. One thing I do usually in the welcome email, and I highly recommend it if you're comfortable doing it, is I actually include our phone number. So if people want to contact us directly, they want to reach us, they have questions, they can actually pick up the phone and give us a call. They can dial that number, text it, whatever, and they can actually connect with us that way. So it's something I highly recommend doing. And there's some key things that we do in this email. First of all, we introduce ourselves. Okay, we make it personal. We're not introducing our product necessarily here, we're actually introducing us. So we're immediately branding ourselves. We talk about why people succeed online. If you're struggling, why you need a mentor, why you need a coach, you need someone who's going to help you, right? And then we have to say, we basically put a little link, learn more about what we do here. And we put the link. But we don't make it, it's not a forceful link where it's like click here now, right? And then we sign it. We put our location, right? So people can connect with us on a more personal level. We put our Facebook link and our phone number. So this email copy has proven to be very effective, and it should have been lowercase. So I'm going to go ahead and save that because we want to increase that initial open rate. So those are some things that you can do, right? So you can get ideas with this follow-up series. I'm going to go through the other follow-up series. So after we introduce ourselves, right now, keep in mind this is just our follow-up series. We send broadcasts to our list too, right? So we're actually sending broadcasts. But this is just our standard follow-up series, and after we introduce ourselves, then we kind of move over to the subject lines, how to make this much money in this amount of hours, because these subject lines are about making money online, and ultimately people are there to open your emails to make money online. And we kind of do some of the different Aweber things, and we use about 10 messages in this follow-up series, and it's been very, very effective. So having a good follow-up series is very important, but you need to kind of understand what you're trying to achieve. Are you branding yourself? Are you trying to get your product sales? What exactly are you trying to do, right? Because a lot of times people will give away free things, or they'll try to brand themselves first and then they'll sell later. They'll lead up to a webinar of some sort, which kind of leads to this. This is one of the pages I use. Once again, try to be different. And I actually created this page, and we actually have our phone number on this page and our email address. The video, of course, autoplays so as soon as they load. And here, what I'm achieving here is I'm looking for people who are a little bit more serious, wanting to work one-on-one. And so they actually fill out this application, work one-on-one with Crystal Ciamarra, and they fill out their name, their email, and I basically take them through a survey. And this is all created in Aweber. I take them through a survey, and I can filter out the people who are serious and who are not serious. I can get on the phone, I can contact those leads, and then I can sell them high ticket items. I can sell them $500 coaching, $1,000 coaching, or whatever, based on their budget. So this is something that's been very effective too. You can see a big difference in the landing pages, right? So here they're taken to a video kind of to pre-sell them. This is what I call the pre-sales video, and then they are filtered out through this long application. Okay. Another thing you can do, these are all the features in Aweber, is if you have your own products, your own services, right, and your product is, $200, you can actually, sometimes people want to do a discount where they give away their product for, 50% off or whatever the cost may be, and you want to be able to exclude you want to be able to exclude certain subscribers on your list. Well, you can do that. If you actually go to subscribers, you can manage your subscribers, and you can actually filter out and suppress those leads, is what it's called. You can suppress those leads from seeing your offer. Okay. Another thing I want to show you, back here, and this is really useful. If you go to your list, right? So I'm in this list that has about 3,000. List shows it has 4,243 subscribers. One thing you want to be doing regularly to increase your open rate and to increase your click-through rate is you want to be cleaning your list. You want to clean your list, and I recommend cleaning your list depending on how many subscribers you had, really, right? You want to be cleaning your list. I would say if you're adding, 100 or 200 subscribers a day, you probably want to be cleaning your list every week. And I do my best to clean my list, every week, or at least, every 2 weeks. And the way you do that, and the reason why you do that is Aweber counts your unsubscribes too. So I'm going to make a new tab. I'm going to show you this just so you can see, okay, for demonstration purposes, is you can see my unsubscribes, 39 unsubscribes here, 765. And the bad part about this is I'm paying for all these unsubscribes, and this really totals up. If I scroll all the way down, okay, I have 1,844 people that have unsubscribed. Only 18,674 are actually active on my list. So when I hit the next threshold for Aweber, I have to pay for those subscribers. So I want to clear out my unsubscribes regularly. And the way you do that is just like this. You just filter, show the unsubscribed, and you just check them, and you just click on delete. And you can actually completely delete the unsubscribes. Okay, just like that, and you'll keep doing that. In Aweber, you can change this so it shows 100 results per page, so you're not going through as many. And then you come back and you just check this top box and click delete. Okay. Now, another thing you want to do to also increase the response of your list is if you go back to show all, this is what I was talking about, right? So we have our 4,123 subscribers. Typically, if a lead doesn't open your email address for 30, 45 days, they're probably not going to open any emails from you. So what you can do is you can actually filter your leads by the last time they opened an email. So what you want to do here is you can filter message not opened. Well, we don't want to go that. Hold on. No opens. We want to filter our no opens. So it's the very bottom one. You want to filter your no opens. And today, when I'm recording this video, it's December 9th. So if no one's opened my email, I'm just going to say, let's just do a full 30 days. If no one's opened my email since November 9th, and I'm going to click search here, chances are they're probably not going to be opening, really any of my emails, and I can delete those subscribers, and you can choose if you want to go 60 days or if you want to go more. So I could go back a little bit farther. Oops, I actually want to go to November 9th here. I think I was still in December. Let me search again. Okay, all right, that's fine right there. And these are all the no opens, right? So as you can see, these are a lot of people who have not even opened up the email address. Now, if you just added subscribers, right, you need to create a new segment, and the way you do that, you just click on add, and you can basically filter out no opens. We can actually filter out opens. Hold on. And oops, let's see. And there's a lot of things that you can filter here. Because what's going to happen is if you're choosing no open since 11/9 of 2014, it's going to count your new subscribers too. So you want to filter date added. That's what we're looking. So you only want to filter the date before. I'm going to say leads added before December 1st. So we're going to go ahead and search this way now. And let's see, December 1st. Okay. So we'll go ahead and search that way. So we're not going to count the newest subscribers. So as you can see, that makes a change. And what this does is, if you were to look at these, in fact, we'll pull up some subscriber data here just to show you one of these leads. You can see all the activity going out and, all these messages. So that kind of shows you that this particular subscriber, you know what I mean? Well, it shows that he's, you can see what the subscriber activity message was deleted, but you can see this is probably one of, the subscribers like spam accounts, right? Where he, where he clearly doesn't check his email very often. So you can kind of go through the history, which is really cool. You can kind of see what your subscribers are doing, right? And so, like I said, that's what a lot of people do, and you have to keep that in mind. Is a lot of people out there, are adding emails, but they're basically just their third party accounts or their alternate accounts that they use for spam emails. So you want to clean up your emails because otherwise you're just paying for 1,978 subscribers that haven't opened my email in 30 days, right? So that's something that you want to do, and you can go through and you can clean those subscribers up, select them, and then just delete them, and that will completely take them off your Aweber list. And so that's how you do it. No opens. Now, if you wanted to go farther, if you wanted to give your leads more of a chance, we could go back to October 15th, and we could even change this before date to, November 20th and search and see what difference that makes, right? And, that cuts it down to 1,184 subscribers. But, kind of the same thing. It's a big difference, but you can see these subscribers haven't opened any email. These are all the subscribers added before 11/20, so they haven't opened any email, in at least a 30-day period. In fact, at least a 60-day period with the settings that we have here. So cleaning your list is very important, especially if you're building it aggressively. You're adding, fresh leads on a daily basis. Keep that in mind. So that's something that you want to definitely be doing, is just cleaning your list as much as possible. So you can do that with the subscriber settings. Another thing that you can do, and as highly recommended, is you should be deleting subscribers that are undeliverable. Why do you want to keep emails that are not being delivered? These are probably fake email addresses. These are the emails that bounce back. You can actually just select those and click on delete. So immediately I would just delete any undelivered email addresses, because you don't need to be paying for email addresses that you're not able to monetize. So once again, I would just click on this. I'll go ahead and click on delete, and there you go. All right. So those are some of the things that you can immediately do just inside Aweber. Another thing that I really, really like doing, and I'm going to show you this too. I'm going to go to one of my recent broadcasts that I did. So I'll go here. All right. So one thing you can do this is a great way to connect even closer with your leads. If you send out a broadcast about SEO or about Facebook marketing, one thing you can do is you can start taking these email addresses of these leads and go over to Facebook. And I've mentioned this in a previous video. You can actually go and find these leads on Facebook. Now, not all of them are going to have a Facebook account, or it may be private or block. And you can, especially the ones that click, right? You go here and you just put in the email address, and you can actually add these people. But it looks like I'm friends with a lot of these people already on Facebook, because I've been using this method. But this method is a great way to get more personal with your leads. So if you're able to connect with them on Facebook, or you're able to connect with them here or there, you want to just constantly search for those people. So I usually go for the ones that open or and click are the ones I want to target first. But yeah, you just copy the email address, go over to Facebook, and send them a friend request. And you can do that, right? You can simply go over and then add them as a friend, and then there you go. That's really all there is to it. So that's really some good stuff there. As far as marketing goes, is use your list to its full ability. Not only can you get a lot of people through email marketing, it doesn't matter what size of list you're sending to, but you can really kind of handpick the list, start adding these people, right? And especially the ones that are clicking, you want to just copy their email address, get over, you can start a conversation with them, and it's going to be like they already know you, because you've been sending emails to them for a while. So that's another thing you can do, using Facebook in your list. So highly recommend that you're cleaning out your list. Make the process as automated as possible. Use the custom fields that I talked about, right? You want to get as personal as possible to your leads. So anytime with email marketing, you want to be able to get super close, super personal with your list, and consistency is the key, right? You want to constantly build value. And another thing that a lot of people ask, a couple of questions, right? As people ask, let's go back over here. People ask me, when's the best time to mail? And is it a bad thing to mail too much? Is that going to give me a lot of unsubscribes? Now, personally, I like to mail 2 times a day. And what you can do is you can actually mail once in the morning and then again at night to the people who did not open your message in the morning, right? So if it's the same product, here's what I usually do. If it's the same product and I'm mailing out for this, company X, let's just say, and if I'm mailing out for company X in the evening, then what I can do is I can filter out the people who didn't click the first time or who didn't open the first time, and I can filter those people out, in the evening and send an email directly to those people. And that's how you create a segment. So, for example, if I click on here and I wanted to send, here's how you do it. You click on your broadcast, and I want to send to the people who did not open. So here's all the people that did open. If I click on unopened, I can send directly to these subscribers, and I can name the segment no opens, and I usually put the date in there, your date, time, and you can send to that segment right now to anyone who did not open your message, whenever this was sent. So that's one thing that you can do to really get your response out, especially if you're promoting the same product. Now, you don't want to send, you don't want to resend to everybody that's opened your messages, because that's going to start resolving and unsubscribe. So it's good to send to your unopened, especially if it's for the same product. Now, if it's a new product or some type of new value or information, then you probably want to just send it to your entire list, because it's new information for everybody. So I highly recommend that. And the best time to send on weekdays, so Monday through Friday, the best time to send an email is anytime in the morning from 11:30 a.m. Eastern time to about, we're looking to about 3 o'clock Eastern time. So that range is really good to send. And you can do some testing. And I've also noticed from personal testing that if you send in the evening, you get a really great response. So same thing with same thing on weekends as well. So the key is, just keep following up with your product. You have to keep mailing, and you just got to make sure that you're basically mailing to the right part of your list based on your product. Another thing that people often ask me as well is, I had a list of questions here. All right, so let's go back here. All right. So yeah, that's it. I think with Aweber. I'm trying to think of some other questions that I commonly get asked from people in regards to mailing. Is you want to clean your list, you want to promote. Oh yes, another thing. Yeah, that's right. People ask how often they should mail. They're afraid to mail their list. Now that is the biggest misconception, because every time I mail my list, I make money. That's the thing. Every time I mail my list, I'm making money. I'm making profit. So I mail my list, like I said, twice a day, whether it be a new product, whether it be something different, right? Or whether it be the same company, or if it's a webinar of some sort like this. So that's not true. So does that really affect your unsubscribe rate? Absolutely not. In fact, mailing more frequently is better, because your subscribers are on your list because they want content, right? Doesn't mean they have to read your emails. As you can see, just with this, I only got 2 unsubscribes. That's about average. But if you're not mailing for, let's say, 2 or 3 weeks, and then out of the blue you send out an email, then you're going to get all these unsubscribes too. So you want to send content regularly to your list. Don't be afraid to send content. Think about news sites. They're constantly updating news, right, on any news website, whether it be Fox, ABC, CNN. Constantly adding content. That's because content is the key. So if you're constantly mailing good content and a mix of selling to your list, you're going to be fine. So twice a day is just fine. And if your complaint rate starts to go up, then you should really take a look at what type of content you're sending your list if your complaint rate is going up, or you should cut back your sending. So if you're sending 3 or 4 times a day, I would say that is too much. But sending in the morning and then sending to your unopens at night, or just sending in morning and night, then that's good. And what I usually like to do is I like to send, I like to send value in the morning, and then I like to switch it up. I'll sell at night, or at nighttime I'll send value. I'll switch it up, right? So like what I'm sending right now is considered content, because I'm not selling you anything. So you can create a video about your opportunity. You can create a video about lead generation. You can talk about Facebook marketing, different strategies that you have used that have worked for you. Make a little video on it on YouTube. Send that out to your list. They're going to appreciate that. They're going to like that content, and people will unsubscribe. It's just part of the business. And I think a lot of people are afraid in the email marketing list in the email marketing niche of sending emails because of unsubscribes, but that's not true. If you're creating content, you should always be building your list. You should try to be adding fresh subscribers daily to your list and just keep mailing, let them go through your follow-up series, and people will buy. So that's it. Those are some of the marketing tips that I can give you from the money that I made through email marketing. I hope that helps. And I'm constantly building my list through paid traffic sources. So if you want to learn how to do the same, you want to learn how to build your list or more secrets, I kind of just covered the very base of everything or the basis of everything, then just go ahead and send me a friend request on Facebook or go ahead and add me. I'll put all the information below this video. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and I hope to hear from you then.